There's a little bit of a rumor buzz going on right now, guys. I don't know if you guys saw the Chiefs game here this Sunday, but the Chiefs lost Rashee Rice, and they're thinking it's probably going to be for the year because it was a really bad injury, guys. And the weird thing about it was interception. Then the defender who intercepted the ball, and I'm sorry I didn't write that down in my notes here, but he's running, trying to get a couple yards there, fumbles the ball. The Chiefs get the ball back. Weird way of getting a first down, but they get the ball back. On that play is when Rashee Rice hurt himself, and they're thinking it's going to be a pretty major knee injury there. So, you got Rashee Rice now out probably for this season, just based on how the injury looked. You got Hollywood Marquise Brown has been out since August, and all of a sudden, you couple that with the fact that Kelsey hasn't been himself there for Kansas City this year. The weapons room is not looking very good all of a sudden for Patrick Mahomes. And that's not even including the fact that Isaiah Pacheco has been out with an injury as well. So, he's running out of bodies real quick to count on to give him a little help and take some of the pressure off. So both Brandon London and Dan Duggan immediately began speculating about the Giants trading a wide receiver to Kansas City. And of course, everybody's thinking Darius Slayton, last year of his contract. They've already drafted the person they want to replace him in Jalin Hyatt, though Jalin Hyatt really hasn't been doing much replacing. But, that's the guy you would think. That's the guy you would think would be going is Darius Slayton, who's been with the team now for, a number of years now. And guys, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Probably the most underrated New York Giant. Probably the most underappreciated New York Giant. Because all the guy does is be a fifth-round draft pick, and every single year put up 700 yards, basically. When he's had coaching staffs that didn't believe in him. When he's had a quarterback that, let's be honest, isn't the best quarterback in the world. I know we're going to get more hate from the Daniel Jones people at this point, but let's be honest, he's not a good quarterback. Dealing with the fact that he was sometimes the only somewhat weapon for this team, especially times when Saquon was out with injuries for all those years, So it's a good get. I mean, think about it. This guy puts up 700 yards with Daniel Jones as his quarterback year in, year out. Imagine what he would do with Patrick Mahomes. But the big thing is what is he worth, guys? Because you're not going to get anything. You're not going to give him up. And I said, here you go. You need a receiver. I have one. Enjoy. That's not how this is going to work, obviously. So, yeah, they're going to have to give him something. Now, you go back to what we did with the Kadarius Toney trade a couple of years ago. Kadarius Toney was given up for a third-round pick and a sixth-round pick. Now, you can question their value here. Kadarius Toney was coming off of 1.5 years with the Giants, was a first-round pick. Darius Slayton was a fifth-round pick, but he's been with the team for multiple years now. And he's proven he's a 700-yard guy consistently in the NFL. So you can make case for either way that he's a more proven commodity, but he doesn't have the draft pedigree at that point. So, I'm not sure what the value would be for him. I would want at least a third-round pick, guys. I'm not giving him up for nothing. You're not going to tell me, I'm going to give you a fifth-round pick. No, screw that. I'm going to hold on to him then. There's no reason to give him up for a fifth-round pick. I'm going to get that as a comp pick potentially in the office, for letting him go in the offseason if that's what we do. Or maybe I want to keep him long-term and help out with the next quarterback at that point because he's played with not the best quarterback and done decent. I would love to keep him personally. Like I said, I'm a Slayton guy. I don't think the Giants necessarily want to keep him long-term, though. And if you're not going to keep the guy long-term, why not get a draft pick for him? And I don't mean next year because that's part of the issue. If you get him as a comp pick, like I was saying a minute ago, I'm not going to give him up for nothing. A fifth, sixth-round pick ain't worth it. But if I can get a third-round draft pick for him, I'm all over that if I don't plan on keeping him. Because, guys, that's an extra pick this draft. We might need it to go pick up a quarterback we want. Because that's all that matters at this point, guys, is get that quarterback. And you need picks to move up to get them. Think about it. We've seen how many trades in the last couple of years where somebody moves up to get the quarterback they want. Takes a couple first, takes up second, takes a third. I mean, there's things that we have to throw in that point to get that. So getting the extra draft pick could very well be the difference between getting the quarterback we want or not getting the quarterback we want. So if Randy gets something worthwhile and we don't plan on keeping Slayton long term, move on. Let the guy go to a place where he can actually win because he deserves our respect and you want to set him to a good place. Kansas City is definitely a winning atmosphere. 4-0 right now. Obviously, the refs have helped a little bit, 4-0. And then you get the chance at that point to get that pick to potentially move up to get whatever quarterback you want, guys. Like I said, it makes a lot of sense to me. It really does. And I think it helps both teams out in at least the short term for the Kansas City Chiefs, if not the long term if they re-sign them, and definitely the long term for the Giants because it gives them more ammo at that point to go get the guy they want in the draft.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.